What is live art? Well, at its most fundamental, live art is when an artist chooses to make work directly in front of the audience in space and time. So instead of making an object or an environment, a painting for example, and leaving it for the audience to encounter in their own time, live art comes into being at the actual moment of encounter between the artist and spectator. Or at least, even if they are not physically present, the artist sets up a situation in which the audience experience the work in a particular space and time, and the notion of presence is key to the concerns of the work. The term live art came into usage in the UK in the mid-1980s and was born out of a frustration of arts professionals to account for arts practices which expanded or escaped the classifications in use. Artists were making work that wasn't quite dance, that couldn't be called theatre, that didn't fit into any of the categories on offer. While performance art had been an established genre in the US since the 1970s, the term live art was an attempt to acknowledge the diversity of live-based arts practices. Live art may incorporate many elements other than performance, but is founded in a conceptual framework where the performer, the doer, the director even, is the artist. Their physical body, even if present in the same space as the audience, is not necessarily performing, certainly not in the theatrical sense of pretending to be someone else. Live art offers a haven to those artists whose work does not comply with the strictures of traditional designations and gives those practices legitimacy within contemporary culture. But although the term live art is relatively new, live art practices and methodologies have a clear history and lineage. There have always been artists that have made work at the margins of their discipline, experimenting outside the established norms of what it means to be a sculptor, a dancer, an actor. Many artists have left the galleries and the theatres and seek more public and specific sites to make their work. The city itself has become a gallery. For some, this has been a reaction to the commercial arts market, where objects become discrete commodities that are bought as investments, accrue value, and are sold on. They seek to reject this commodity fetishism by creating work which vanishes once it is made, that deals with the here and now, and that can rarely be hung on a gallery wall. A live artist may be concerned with issues of form, experimenting outside the established norms of a performance or an event. They may be concerned with the politics of the body. Artists who have found their bodies marginalized because they were women or black, for example, have positioned their bodies at the forefront of their work as a way of taking control over the discourse around their body. In an increasingly technological age, the cyborg artist has extended the body through the use of electronic media. The body becomes just one element in an interconnecting network of processes. But at least part of the definition of live art has to be its resistance to definition. Maybe it's called live precisely because it hasn't yet solidified into a category. It is a live process of change and of challenge. In a cultural climate of plain English and transparency, this slippage, perhaps above all else, makes it a provocative place to be making work at the beginning of the 21st century.